Jacksonville at Indy. Anthony Richardson missed last week. Indy's a 5-point favorite here with back spasms. If he is healthy, the Colts say he will play. There's no word yet on if he is healthy. Obviously, like there's not a ton on the line here. The Jags have the fifth pick overall. Draft position not likely to impact any decisions about who will play. They've got the quarterback they say they want. They've got sunk cost. They're not walking away from Trevor Lawrence. Kind of a normal handicap to me. A team that won't stop trying in the Jags versus a team that feels like culturally in-house, it is in big trouble. I don't know if you've been keeping up with Pat McAfee versus the Indianapolis Colts franchise, but he's been railing on this team. And now they are fighting back. And they were just so bad. They had so many chances to win that game, stay in contention against the Giants. Defense could not stop Drew Lock. So are the Jags way overvalued because they've been competitive? Are the Colts undervalued after last week's games? The numbers moved down a little bit. It's Pros Joe's game for what it's worth. Tickets on the Jags, money on the Colts.
Yeah, brutal year for the Colts. I saw the part of my Take Boys had a crazy stat about Ballard, and basically since he's taken over, every team has won this division twice. So the Texans have won it twice, Jacksonville's won it twice, Tennessee's won it twice. They've won it 0 times since he's taken over.
Come on.
Yeah, it's pretty insane that Irsay has let this man hang around at this point.
And everyone always talks about what a brilliant GM he is.
He honestly is in some aspects where, like, you know, the offensive line and some of the draft picks he hit on were great, but he just obviously clearly never figured out the quarterback situation. And every year he's just been throwing darts, and it's the wrong dart he just throws to the. So, yeah, another game of I want to take Jacksonville. They've been playing, you know, with their backups, whatever you want to call it, for months. They're used to it. The Colts. Any guy with even semi-injured coming out of last week, why would they play in this game? Like how does that not just suck your soul out? You put in so much work. I mean, they're interviewing guys who've been there a long time in the locker room, and they're just like, it's the same old every season. This is how it goes. And like that to me, like we just talked about, that's the worst loss of the season, right? You're playing for your lives to make the playoffs, and you lose to a team that literally hadn't won a home game all season, and you lose to a quarterback in Drew Lock that just looked like an all-pro against your secondary. Like, tore you guys up.
Every single time they got close and had a chance, they needed one stop, multiple times to get back in that game. If they do well, they drive down the field, they score, they're taking the lead. They could not freaking do it.
No. And, like, again, the game was summed up perfectly. The announcer said the Colts had 4 drives, and they had 6 points. Drew Lock had 3 drives. He had 3 touchdowns. Just insane to think about that type of thing. That's why we love betting, though. That's, you know, that was the one big dog that we just talked about, won outright. So, yeah, the Colts are just so bad. This feels like way too much respect to this team, especially at 4.5. Calling me a sucker for this Jags team. I just love the way they've been playing down the stretch here. I'll take Mac Jones, Brian Thompson Jr. at plus 4.5.
I agree with you. Like I kept thinking, like, we're seeing the Jags compete every single week. This was a great stat from Evan. Mac Jones with Doug Peterson 3-3 against the spread. He was something like, 15-30 against the spread with the Patriots. So clearly Doug Peterson is getting something out of Mac Jones that Bill Belichick wasn't getting. But he's got swagger and he doesn't deserve it, but he's making bad throws that Brian Thomas Jr. continues to make him look good on. Like, I don't know. Like,
I got a better one for you. He's got the same amount of wins this year and whatever it is, 6 starts, as Drake May has for the whole season. Suck on that, New England.